Hello everybody and good evening. We are coming to you live here in GSB Stadium 29 in Bangkok, Thailand for another live and exclusive coverage of the ASEAN Basketball League Season number 9, Rise to Greatness. You guys have Martin Javier working alongside and welcoming back to the ABL family. His name is Sajatan Kulsumbun, aka TK, aka the Sultan of Stats of the ABL. Welcome back, buddy.
It's great to be back, Martin.
Great matchup here, TK. Got Mono Vampire Basketball Club, of course, going up against the Westports Malaysia Dragons, both coming off their respective victories.
And both are coming in with great momentum. Mono Vampire coming off a close win against the Singapore Slingers on the road. Yeah. The Westports Malaysia coming off a big win against the Wolf Warriors as well. Both teams want to keep that pace going on here in this game.
And Westports in the middle of the pack there at 4-3. Mono Vampire, on the other hand, a rough start to the season at 2-8. But let's leave our pregame discussion there first, and let's now go to our team introductions here.
Let me introduce you for Westports Malaysia Dragons. First player number 1, Winston Shepherd. Number 4, Shang Weir. Number 13, Shin Chenghua. Number 20, Ro Shifei. Number 23, Shan Kek Tai. Number 25, Tan Wei Long. Number 30, Shin Shui Shin. Number 30, Nana Egu. And number 33, Chris Eversley. And Coach Mr. Demi Berman. และลำดับต่อไปค่ะเป็นการประกาศรายนามผู้เล่นนะคะจากทีม Mono Vampire ค่ะ And now the team Mono Vampire Basketball Club. First, number 1, Malcolm White. Number 77, Shichai Ananti. Player number 7, Markern Sigartari. Number 65, Tirawachan Tazan. Number 69, Darongpan Apirong Wilashai. Player number 5, Jason Brickman. Number 23, Nopon Sangtong. Number 36, Sorot Sunton Siri. Number 38, Anat Puangla. Number 79, Titapon Towe Road. Number 22, Frederick Jones. Number 13, Shanashon Glahan. And head coach, Mr. Mani Ducker.
All right, we resume our coverage here in the ASEAN Basketball League Season number 9. We are still live here from inside the GSB Stadium 29 in Bangkok, Thailand. The home team, Mono Vampire versus the Westports Malaysia Dragons, the visiting squad today. And of course, this is Martin Javier working alongside TK for this coverage. Let's go first to the Westports Malaysia Dragons on a 2-game winning streak. TK, did you expect this from this particular team?
Actually, from the start of the season, we saw them getting dealt that historic loss, 54 points.
Yeah.
No one expected this kind of turnaround. 4 wins in their last 6 games. It's just a sign of what a great job Coach Jamie Perlman has done.
And one of the factors, of course, is the play of the local players. And one of them is Lo Shifai, coming off that 14-point game. He's the only holdover for the Westports Malaysia Dragons in terms of the local players this year.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys that have played in every season in the ABL. He's having a career year in points and in rebounds. Just a really good year to see him healthy and playing games this time.
And Chris Eversley, a great game also against the Wolf Warriors. A little bit of everything, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 takeaways for Chris Eversley, who is figuring out how to play with the 2 world imports, Nana Egu and, of course, Winston Shepard.
And actually, we saw Chris Eversley post on his social media that it was great to be back in terms of scoring. He had a 12-point outing in the game against Alab Pilipinas. He just felt good to be actually hitting those 3-point shots that he takes in quantity in each game.
That was a good breakout performance for Chris Eversley here, who has been up and down here in season number 9. And again, they won against the Wolf Warriors in their previous game for their 2nd straight win. On the other side, he will be making his first start tonight. Freddie Leash scoring 7 points and a big basket to put away the Singapore Slingers in their last game.
I think Coach Douglas Marty has done a great job of integrating Freddie Leash into the system, taking him off the bench first, getting him into the Mono Vampire system as a mid-season acquisition. And he's done well enough to deserve this starting spot to see how he does when he comes just starting the game.
And Mike Singletary bouncing back after, not playing in the game before the Singapore Slingers because he served his 1-game suspension. What a bounce-back game for him. 23 points, 14 rebounds, and that was on the road against a very tough Singapore Slingers team.
Yeah, and that was one of the greatest shooting performances Singletary has had in his career here in the ABL. 5 of 8 from downtown, but one thing that might be a concern for the Mono Vampires is that he went to the line only twice in that entire game. Usually goes to the line 8, 9, 10 times per game. That's something that was missing, and the Mono Vampire certainly don't want to miss that here in this game.
He didn't attack that many times against the Singapore Slingers. Michael Singletary, though, still coming up with 23 points. And that last game, it was a grinded-out finish for Mono Vampire. What was more impressive was that they were able to survive even without the services of Malcolm White, who fouled out with under 5 minutes still remaining in regulation.
Exactly. As you hear, Malcolm White, he had 23.7 rebounds, but they didn't have him in the final 5 minutes of the game. Coach Douglas Marty has to be pleased with the performance of local players like Sang Tong or Tirawat Jantachon, who was able to keep John Fields in check. He was dominating the first 3 quarters of the game, and in those last 5 minutes, they were able to keep him put.
And again, big win for Mono Vampire, only their 2nd win of the season. Obviously, this is not the start they wanted, but they are hoping that it's a sign of more good things to come for this particular squad. And we see here the starting unit of the Westports Malaysia Dragons. We were talking about this off-air, TK. No Jonathan Wong for Coach Jamie Perlman tonight.
That's going to be a big deal. Jonathan Wong, he's the guy who brings the ball up the court. I expect that now he's going to throw the ball to Winston Shepard to do more of the point guard duties. We'll see how that goes.
And on the other side, Freddie Leash again making his first start at the 2 position for Mono Vampire. How do you see this one playing out, TK?
Well, obviously, Jason Brickman is still going to be the main guy. Freddie Leash has got to figure out what he's going to do off the ball, his movements, getting the screens from Malcolm White just to get open. We'll see how he adjusts into that kind of style.
So is he going to fulfill the role left by Paul Zammer a season ago?
Those are big shoes to fill in, but I think that Freddie Leash has that potential. He's a guy that has confidence to take big shots. He can lock down on defense. I think he has the potential to do that.
And again, Coach Douglas Marty rewarding, of course, Freddie Leash for his performance in their game against the Singapore Slingers with a start tonight against the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Here we go. First crack at the basket here for the road team. Westports Malaysia Dragons on a 2-game winning streak. 4-3. They are above 500 so far in the team standings after 7 games. Nana Egu faking it, giving it to Chris Eversley here. Eversley fires. That's from mid-range. It doesn't work. Malcolm White grabbing the rebound there. Brickman. They go to Singletary. Back to Brickman here. Mono on the attack, and Malcolm White starts us off with a jam.
It's great movement there by the Mono Vampire, allowing Malcolm White to just cut in. Brickman feeding him in early.
And Malcolm White getting his first 2 points off the ball game there after a 23-point outing against the Singapore Slingers, despite doing it in limited minutes. Shepard from mid-range, that's good. Good mid-range shot there for Winston Shepard.
What's interesting here for the Dragons is they're spacing the floor a lot. Nana Egwu, he can hit that three, and he's going out to the perimeter a lot.
And Shepard getting that one off the isolation. Here is Singletary now against Eversley. Looking for Malcolm White, who is calling for the ball at the post, but Singletary could not get it to him. Turnover here, first one for Mono.
But it seems like Coach Douglas Marty wants that ball to go to Malcolm White. White has the weight advantage on Nana Egwu. He's more physical. I think that's something that, Douglas Marty really should go to.
And Nana has also been foul prone this season, so that's something they want to do here. To have more advantage there at the middle position. Egwu though, firing the free. That's too strong, not his range. Eversley gets the offensive rebound. Eversley will set the table here for the Westports Malaysia Dragons. They have 8 seconds to work with. Shepard kicks it out, and Eversley for 3, no good. Ball will go out. It will go back to Mono Vampire.
Yeah, but right now both teams picking out their matchup advantages. On the Mono side, it's Malcolm White going up against Egwu. On Dragon side, it's Winston Shepard going against Brickman. We'll see how they take advantage of those situations.
Now, TK, what are some of the things, the positive things that Mono can build on in that game against the Singapore Slingers?
Just like you see right here, it's just great movement off the ball, great passing. Brickman, he sees everything on the floor, as you see there, but it's just great, just better ball movement off the ball by the other players that are getting in their points.
And Michael Singletary scoring his first 3-pointer off the ball game. Oh, Shepard, that takeaway here by Brickman. He will go all the way for the deuce.
Great start here by Mono Vampire, doing well on both offense and defense to start the game.
Good takeaway there for Jason Brickman, picking the pocket of Shepard, but Shepard makes up for his mistake. He falls down though at midcourt. Freddie Leash. They will go back out to Jason Brickman here. Mono Vampire up by 3 early in the first quarter. Malcolm White on the roll, stripped by Shepard. Oh, almost a turnover for Westports. They will recover. Eversley on the cut, on the reverse. That's good.
Good recognition there by Winston Shepard. You saw that Chris Eversley got open on the baseline. Easy basket for the Dragons.
So we've been trading baskets here in the first quarter. Freddie Leash getting a touch here, going to Michael Singletary on top. They will go down low, and that's a quick foul by Nana Egwu against Malcolm White.
And as you mentioned there, that can be a problem, especially going up against a guy as physical as Malcolm White.
And here is the dunk earlier by Malcolm White, always a physical player, playing with a lot of emotions for Mono Vampire. Michael Singletary missing on the 3-pointer. Loshi Fai gets the board. He gets it the other way. Eversley. Chin driving, taking it out to Shepard. He's got the smaller Lish on him. 14 seconds to work with for Westports. Shepard on the attack. Chin moves closer, takes the shot. Off to the right. Eversley though, all alone for that shot, the putback.
But the Dragons there on offense, they've got to watch about moving the ball slowly. With Wong on the team, they're moving the ball a lot better. We'll just see how they adjust to that with Shepard at the point guard.
And Brickman getting deflected there. That's something they need to adjust to here, TK, because Jonathan Wong is a big factor on their offense as well as defense.
Yeah, just moving the ball up the court like we see here. Usually Jonathan knows how to make those right passes. He knows that that's a difficult pass to make. This is something that they're going to have to just do over these remaining 35 minutes.
But so far so good. 8-7 lead here for the Westports Malaysia Dragons on a Vampire. Looking for answers. 5:50 remaining in the first. Leash, no good. Chon working hard down low.
Great to see Chandra-chan coming out energetic. He's been up and down this season. He's been picking his spots, but just great to see him coming out with energy here.
And he's actually been coming off the bench. He started when Moses Morgan was released for the Mono Vampire here. That's another turnover here for Westports. And Jason Brickman bringing the ball down now. Brickman averaging about 8 assists per game, but he's been scoring more this season. Leash steps into a three. It's good.
As you see there, the Dragons are going back to their 2-3 zone that's been so effective for them in the past few games. And Mono Vampire, they've just got to make them pay with those threes.
And Freddie Leash taking advantage of those opportunities. Shepard down low, and that's a foul here. against Mono Vampire. Shepherd will go to the line for 2 shots.
And Dragons are just keeping on going to Shepherd there in the post. This game is going to be a lot of pressure on Jason Brickman, whether he can contain the Dragons' leading scorer.
And Winston Shepherd, this is a tall point guard for the Westports Malaysia Dragons, 6'9", providing you a mismatch every single time on offense for Westports.
That is an area that he has to work on a bit, those free throws.
And he gets to the line a lot, TK.
Yeah, he's very aggressive going to the basket, so he better make sure those points count.
This is a good all-around player for Westports. Good pickup. And not too late, though, because they got to recover from that horrendous loss, opening loss against Singapore Slingers. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. 12-8 lead for Mono. Freddie Leash sending it to Singletary, back to Leash, who splits the defense, kicking it out to Brickman for 3, drops it in, no good. Chantachon with the offensive rebound. They will go to White, takes it strong. White short stab is good.
Again there, Chantachon with the second chance opportunity, just diving in for those offensive rebounds. He's making his minutes count.
And this is an early 6-point advantage for Mono Vampire. A good start for the home team. We got a timeout called by Coach Jamie. Back to the action here in your ABL 9 battle between Mono Vampire and the Westports Malaysia Dragons. You guys got Martin Javier and TK doing this coverage. And TK early on, Mono Vampire hitting their 3-point shots. This was a big weapon for them against the Singapore Slingers. Now they're doing it against Westports. They can be unstoppable if they're shooting this well from that range.
Yeah, exactly. And all 5 starters have gotten on the board already with each putting in 2 points. I think that's a good sign for the Mono Vampires. They were relying on Michael Singletary and Malcolm White too much in that game against the Slingers. Just good improvement.
And so far, so good for them. Loshi Fine, that's from the corner.
And the birthday boy there, it's his birthday, his 30th birthday, dropping in a 3 to start the game.
The big 3-0 for Loshi Fine today. Wow. A good gift for him would be a victory here, but obviously it will be a tall task against the home squad, Mono Vampire. Chin getting the rebound. Brings the ball down. Here is Loshi Fine. Extra pass to Eversey for 3, too strong. And Eversey still struggling here from the field. There's a foul on the rebound play.
And that's a big one too, because it's Egwu's second foul. He knows it.
He was like, wait up, that's not on me. But it is on him. Second foul here on Nana Egwu. And that's what I was mentioning earlier, TK. This is a very foul-prone Nana Egwu. And now Mono can take advantage at that center position.
And Coach Douglas Marty, once he sees that, he's taking the opportunity to bring in two guys off the bench just to rest everyone.
So Sangtong checking in for Terawat Chantachon. Singletary, the cross-court pass. Apirong Vilaychay goes inside. Malcolm White, triple teamed. Able to get it up and in. Let's see if it's going to count. Yes, that's good. Plus the foul for Malcolm White.
It looked like a broken play there, but turns out to be 2 and a possible 1 more.
There was the foul on his way up. Malcolm White just too strong. Getting that easy deuce plus the foul. Loving the action here in GSB Stadium 29. He is short on the free throw though. Winston Shepherd bringing the ball down. They don't have the numbers. And the pass was too strong. So Chiang will turn the ball over.
That's the problem that Coach Jamie has been facing this season with so many rookies, so many lesser experienced players on the squad who are willing to play their hearts out, but sometimes the experience is just not there yet. It's just growing pains.
Again, this is almost an entire new unit on the floor for Westports with only Lo Shifai as the lone holdover. And Winston Shepherd getting fouled in the process. That's on Apiron Vilaichai. So Shepherd again heading to the free throw line. He is actually number 1 in that category, TK. He is being fouled the most here in the league with a lot of penetrations done for the Westports Malaysia Dragons.
Man, it's just so difficult to stop Winston Shepherd once he starts gathering. He's so long and lengthy.
Yeah.
Once he starts his way to the basket, you just really have to make it clean.
And Shepherd here at the free throw line. Missed one earlier, though, but he's been the catalyst of the start so far by Westports this year, averaging 20 points and about 11 rebounds and almost 6 assists per game. No conversion there on the second one. 3:07 remaining. It will remain a 4-point advantage for the home team, Mono Vampire. Looking for another victory here at home. Jason Brickman against Lo Shifai now on top. They will go to Apiron Vilaichai, who drives, and that is blocked.
Sean Kektai there, the Malaysian national team player, getting his defense going.
And Shepherd with a quick basket on the other end to trim the lead down to 2. Good transition basket for the Dragons. Timeout here for Coach Douglas Smarty with 2:49 remaining in the first. And we are back to the action here. You talk about the chemistry of the Westports Malaysia Dragons. At this point, TK, on their 8th game, they're looking like a more composed, well-organized team compared to how they started the season.
I think Coach Jamie has done a really good job on getting everyone on the same page, especially on defense. They're playing a really good zone defense, just moving as a unit instead of as an individual.
And that's what he did in his previous league in New Zealand. He fixed the team, made his previous team a contender, and that's what he is planning to do here with Westports. As Eversley there, missing on the shot from point-blank range, no good. No good on the second try as well. Malcolm White securing the rebound.
That's something that he's got to work on, though, is their offense. They have got to figure out which other options they might be able to go to. Jason
Brickman running into traffic there. They go to Singletary back outside. Singletary, foot on the line, no good. Shepherd gets the long rebound here. Here's Winston. They will go back out. Eversley from the corner. Still no go for Eversley.
Eversley still trying to get his shot back in touch.
Brickman will try to make him pay, no good. Singletary on the putback.
Malaysia has just been doing a great job defending the initial shot, but it's just the second chance points that have been killing them so far.
But this is the momentum breaking basket for Winston Shepherd. Quickly to the other side, and the hoop for Westports. And Malaysia just getting out-rebounded here on the offensive glass, like you mentioned, by Mono Vampire. A lot of second chance opportunities converted by Mono, but here is a turnover from them. Shepard on the move. Loses the handle. Loshify all day to shoot. That's good.
Shifai, that's why he's one of the top all-time three-point shooters in the league.
Yeah.
He just makes those threes. You can't leave him open.
And he is still hot here, carrying that momentum of that win against the Wolf Warriors, where he had 14 points. Good seal down low for Malcolm White. And I believe that's Chan. Called for the personal foul, number 23, Chan Kek Thai. And 46.5 seconds remaining here, TK. We have a 1-point game, back and forth action. It's been a game of runs so far.
Coach Douglas Marty, though, has been switching in and out a lot. Right. He knows it's going to be a grinded out game against these defensive-minded Dragons.
Freddy Leash now doing the ball handling here for Mono. They will go to Aperon Vilaichai, who goes to the post. Malcolm White, turnaround jumper, no good. But a foul is called again. Second straight against Chan.
The Dragons have just got to watch, have got to figure out how they're going to handle Malcolm White down low, especially now with both of their two main big guys straddled with 2 fouls.
So the front line now running thin for Coach Jamie Perlman. Malcolm White heading to the free throw line here. So far so good from White this year. 25 points, 11 boards per game.
However, we have seen glimpses of them doing a good job on doubling on White in the paint. They've gotten some turnovers, but on the other hand, sometimes it's ended up in these fouls.
That's right.
It's just a mixed bag of results right now.
It doesn't happen on a consistent basis, at least for the Westports right now. So Eversea bringing the ball down here. Half-minute remaining. Score is 22-19. A chance to finish strong for Westports. Shepard sidesteps. No good on the banker. Rebound goes to Chan. And a fresh 14 here for Westports. Eversea, though, will not wait. No good on the shot. Another rebound here for the Dragons. They go inside. Floater in the lane. No good for Chin.
Great effort. Great hustle by the Dragons. Unable to finish the play.
Leash, 3 seconds to work with. Singletary gets it back. No good on the putback. No time left to get a shot off. And that's the end of our first 10 minutes of play here inside GSB Stadium 29. The home team up here in the first quarter by a slight edge. This is a 3-point advantage for Mono Vampire, 22-19 as we end the first quarter. We've had a lot of good games between these two teams in the past, including Marcus Marshall's explosion, 60-point explosion last season here in Stadium 29. We are expecting the same result tonight, and so far it has been close between these two teams, 22-19 for Mono Vampire, empty possession there. But for Mono, they've been tearing the painted area, at least in the first quarter. That's where the advantage is at, with Malcolm White scoring 9 of those second chance points.
Yeah, they've been shooting 50% from the field in the first quarter, and it's actually a wonder how the Dragons are down by only 3 after that performance from the Vampire.
And now they're tied here at 22 apiece. 3-pointer for Westports here. Difficult shot. Again, the triple team was there against Malcolm White. Eversley quickly to the other side, and he is able to score.
And that's something that the Dragons do so well. It's not as sexy as setting up a play that ends up in the dunk, but they just transition from defense in their zone up to the fast break so quickly.
They scored 10 fast break points compared to 4 in the first quarter. And Malcolm White again getting fouled underneath. So that has been the game plan here for Mono Vampire. Get it to Malcolm White with all of the big men of Westports in foul trouble.
And they've been doing such an effective job of getting him in just that exact spot where it's difficult for the Vampire to defend him.
And look at the passing here. 3-pointer coming from Westports Malaysia Dragons. That is Chin Zishin scoring on the free.
Chin Zishin actually played for the Dragons last season, but he was a mid-season acquisition here this year, so giving them a little bit of experience. He's also a national team player as well, but more of an inside player, so that corner three was a bit unexpected.
Yeah, you were surprised. He took that one. Okay. So Malcolm White missing on the first. This is an area he needs to take advantage of. Free throw line. He's been shaky at the free throw line this year. Malcolm, though, still a solid player. Solid addition for Mono, replacing Chris Charles. So Eversley now will bring the ball down there, up by 1. That's the first point of Mono here in the second frame. Westports, though, scoring 5 already. Chan getting it out to Chin. Chin against Chan Tachon. He will try to take advantage here. Nope, goes back out. Shepard has the smaller defender on him. And that's a foul here against Mono Vampire. That's Tawaroj Jitapon called for the personal.
And Coach Douglas Marty has put Tawaroj in here just to shadow Winston Shepard. He has not given him any breathing room at all.
Even from that far out.
But that's the kind of attention you gotta give to a guy like Winston Shepard. Once he gets the ball, it's just anything he can do.
Dragons on the attack here. Eversley looking at the clock, taking the shot. Not making it though. Still struggling here is Chris Eversley. He is 3 out of 11 from the field so far. Singletary sidesteps. No good. And rebound goes to Westports here. We go the other way. Chris Eversley tries to move closer. Still no go. Wild shot there. Shepard working hard. Another one for Shepard.
A lot of contact, a lot of action down there in the paint. Finally, the Dragons get what they wanted. 2 trips to the line for Winston Shepard.
Winston Shepard, though, has been struggling from the free throw line tonight. Only 1 out of 4 to begin this game. As you see here, Jason Brickman make his way back to the ball game, including one of the best two-way local players in the league, Chichai Ananti. Freddy Leash back to the bench of Mono alongside Singletary. And you see there Moses Morgan on the bench of Mono Vampire. People are wondering, is he going to be back? Well, that's something we will need to find out in the next few days.
At least for this game, he's not going to be helping out, but cheering for his teammates, hoping they collect a victory at home here.
And now Winston Shepard hasn't capitalized on the opportunities. 1 out of 5 from the line.
And at the rate that this game is going, in a very close game, he might look back at those missed free throws in a bit of pain a little bit.
The Dragons are up here in the second frame, 25-23. Completely overtaking Mono here, and they get the steal. Here's the deflection. Eversley to the corner. Lo Shifai knocks it down.
Chris Eversley might not be hitting his shots, but Shifai has been on fire
100% from the field, 3 for 3 from 3-point range, and the counter coming from Tawaroj on the other end.
Mono Vampire brought Tawaroj in not only as a defensive player but a 3-point shooter. He's doing his job well here.
And that's a pleasant sight for Coach Douglas Markey, another local player who can shoot the rock, but great ball movement. Winston Shepard goes inside to Chan for the deuce.
So the Dragons offense starting to pick up here. Better ball movement, more confidence from the locals to take their shots.
Speaking of locals, here's Chichai Ananti. Dumps it to Malcolm White, no good from mid-range. And Shepard gets the rebound here, bringing the ball down. They will go to Chan, who is fouled from behind. Unnecessary foul there for Tawaroj.
That'll be his second foul. But the Mono Vampires are going deep. They can expend a little bit there.
Yeah, Coach Douglas using a lot of locals already off the bench. He has used 4 locals off the bench tonight. Eversley, this is the corner shot earlier by Lo Shi-Fai. Third three-pointer off the ball game for the veteran. And for the birthday boy, oh, good find again. The connection between Shepard and Shan still working for Westports.
Winston Shepard bouncing around on the floor there, just drawing in the defense and getting the open look for his teammate.
And now they find themselves up by 6. Oh, that was a lob meant for Malcolm White. Tried to throw it down, but that's a foul called against Chris Eversley.
Speaking of finding open teammates, Jason Brickman just creating that. He just knows the exact angle to attack, to draw in defenders, and Malcolm White was left wide open for the dunk, unable to put it in, but he's going to get 2 attempts at the line. Another
shot at the free throw line here for Malcolm White, who has 9 points in the ball game, has yet to score here in the second.
Let's go!
And has feasted inside with the absence of Nana Egwu, who got his second personal foul early in the first quarter. So Malcolm White dropping in the first free throw. These are going to be big, TK. They're going to be needing all of these opportunities against a very disciplined team like Westports.
Exactly. They've been doing so well on defense. As you mentioned earlier, Egwu isn't even playing during this stretch where they have overtaken the lead. So once he comes back into the game, they'll be even better.
Michael Singletary back in the ball game. Lo Shi-Fai here guarded by Chichai Ananti. Eversley hounded by Singletary. Eversley though got the first step. Still no go, and that's out of bounds for Chris Eversley. Ball will go back to Mono.
And Eversley looking a little more frustrated. He's been trying to attack to the basket a couple of times already, not getting the calls he wants, but that's just the breaks of the game. You just got to keep your head down and keep working hard.
And Eversley is now 3 out of 13 from the field. Brickman, the cross court to Singletary, knocks it down from the corner.
Just a great play there by the Mono Vampire. You saw Michael Singletary crossing down the baseline to that open corner, and Jason Brickman drawing all the defense there for the open shot.
And that's yet another 3-point shot made by Mono Vampire. Shepard zigzagging his way to the hoop, gets the tip to drop. And that's the length of Winston Shepard there. Yes, TK.
The Dragons are just relentlessly attacking the middle of the paint, trying to make it work.
Tawaroj missing on the free. Chantachon getting the offensive rebound. Fresh 14 for Mono. Then will go to Chichai Ananti, who drops it in.
Now Mono Vampire starting to make that 2-3 zone pay, making those threes from the corner.
Good response here for Mono Vampire, as they hit 2 consecutive 3-point shots, one from Singletary and one from Chichai Ananti, but we got a foul on the other end. Mono Vampire will be called for it. Timeout first here, under 5 remaining here in the first half. We are tied at 34 all here in GSP Stadium 29. resume the action here in your ABL 9 Rise to Greatness. We are tied here in the first half, 34-all, Mono Vampire and the Westports Malaysia Dragons. And they've been hitting their 3-point shots here. They've been connecting from 3-point range. Both of these teams combining for 9 3-point shots in the first half, TK.
And that's something that Jamie Perlman has got to start deciding right now. Do you stick with the 2-3 zone that you've been preaching all season, or do you adjust to how well the Vampire have been shooting from downtown?
Right. Mono Vampire has been taking advantage. Here's Tawaroj again. Second one in for Tawaroj.
And it just keeps on coming. Once a team like the Mono Vampire get into rhythm, they're just so difficult to stop.
They've got 5 3-pointers now for Mono here in the first half. And they get back the lead here. 37-34. 4.5 remaining in the first half. Chan puts it on the floor, hounded by Chan Tachon. Chin moves closer all the way to the basket. Good move from Chin.
That's good development from Chin there. Usually this is his first season. He's not used to handling the ball in his hands. It's great confidence to see him go into the basket and make the layup.
And also making a start here for Coach Jamie Perlman. Winston Shepard bumps into Singletary. Almost a takeaway there by Singletary. Shepard nowhere to go. Sends it back out to Eversey. Eversey against the shorter Tawaroj. And a blocking foul here against Tawaroj. He's been trying to guard taller men here in his time on the floor.
Exactly. He's done well on the offensive end of the floor, making his open shots, but right now he's a slight disadvantage on the other end. There's just so many bigger guys for him, whether it's Eversley or Shepard, as we saw earlier. He's just a height. He's just giving up some height there.
This was the foul given up by Tawaroj off the bump there. Still moving, called for the blocking foul. And Tawaroj, although he has 6 points in the ball game, nailing a couple of 3-pointers, he will commit another personal foul. Singletary, though, could not connect from the free throw line, or Eversey rather, could not commit from the free throw line. This is his first trip. He's got 6 points so far. Finally knocks in the second. 37-all here. Mike Singletary. Jason Brickman goes to Chichayananti. No good. He will not get the lucky bounce. Eversley. Loshify backs up here, guarded by Elish. Eversley now guarded by the smaller Jason Brickman. Using that screen from Chan. Here is Chin, moves closer again, pulls up for that baseline jumper.
Again, you just gotta love what Chin is giving to the Dragons, just the confidence to take these shots.
And these locals, they're so patient in the offensive end for Westports, always looking for the better shot.
That's just great coaching by Jamie Perlman, just bringing in this group of rookies, having them play smart basketball.
Guy here off the bench for Mono Vampire, I believe that is Sunton City.
Yeah, Sunton City. He was the starter in the game that Singletary was suspended earlier. Did a great job starting in that game, though the Mono Vampire lost to CLS eventually, but a good speedy guard coming off the bench, maybe changing the tempo up a bit.
Good burn also on the floor, getting his confidence in. And Shepard attacking Singletary on the previous play. Another shot at the free throw line here for Winston Shepard, who is 2 out of 6 from the line tonight. Make that 2 out of 7, still struggling from the line. So the gamble in fouling Shepard has been paying off for Mono.
For sure. But the thing about the Mono Vampire is you can't keep fouling him. You send a guy to the line enough times and he's going to put up points.
Out of 2 there. And the Dragons still up by 2 here. Jason Brickman bringing the ball down. Leash fires and knocks it down.
Just going to keep reining him in from those corners. The Dragons have got to spread out more quickly if they're going to keep on playing the zone.
Second triple of the game for Freddie Leash. And Mono has hit a lot of 3-pointers from that corner spot. Winston Shepard off from straight away, decided to shoot. That is off to the right. Michael Singletary on the attack, lobs it up. Malcolm White from the middle. And that's going to be a foul against Chan. Very hard to prevent Malcolm White when he is deep in that painted area.
Yeah, that's just the product of how well the Mono Vampire have been shooting from outside. The Dragons defense are more aware to step out, and it's just an easy pass to White, easy target.
But how about the three-point shooting of Mono Vampire? Fred Leash knocking down another one.
That left corner has just been brutal against the Dragons. They've got to figure out who they want to put there on the right side of the zone.
That's been a sweet spot for Mono here. A hit, or Chinchay hit one, Singletary hit one, and Fred Leash also hitting one from that spot.
That's why it's their home court. They practice here.
Right. Shepard backing down now against Singletary. He kicks it out. Chin. Loshi 5 fakes it. Oh! A foul here against the running Michael Singletary. And that's only going to be the second foul on Mike.
Closing in a little too aggressively there. I think that Singletary saw a chance to steal the ball, but against a guy like Lo Shifai who's not going to blow by you, he's setting up for the three. You don't have to go at him that quickly or that aggressively to get the ball out of his hands. I think just a little bit of poor decision on defense there.
And that was also when the shot clock was winding down. And Lo Shifai taking advantage at the free throw line. Lo Shifai, 10 points. Second player in double figures for Westports. On his birthday as well, make that 11 points now.
For someone who has watched the ABL for a long time, it's just good to see Lo Shifai actually healthy enough to be on this court for this long a time. The past 2 seasons, he's barely played 10 games. Just seeing him playing every game, starting out for the Dragons, this is great for him.
And it's looking like a breakout season also for Lo Shifai as Freddy Leash answers on the other end with the twos. Freddy Leash now with 8 points in the ball game, a couple of 3-pointers and that baseline jumper. Eversley now going to Chan here, the cross-court pass. Lo Shifai, they go to Shepard here against Singletary. Shepard decides to attack, comes up short. Brickman on the move. Jason goes to the corner. Leash from the other side. It will not work. And Winston Shepard will be fouled at midcourt.
Just great transition there, getting the ball and hurrying it up.
Let's see who. So Mono Vampire will commit the personal foul here. It's still 43-41. And Mono in the penalty already.
We're still waiting to see if that was on Sunton Siri or Mike Singletary. Because if it was Mike Singletary's foul, it would be his third personal. That would be a pretty big deal.
But he got replaced here by Chanachun Klahan.
Still though, Winston Shepard unable to make the Vampire up.
These are big misses. That's going to bite them in the end if ever this ends up a close game. Shepard missing 2 free throws there, 2 out of 10 from the line.
Visibly frustration from Winston Shepard.
So that indeed was called against Mike Singletary, TK. 3 fouls on Mike. Freddy Leash fires. Freddy Leash drops it in.
He's making Coach Douglas Marty's decision to start him look good right now. 3 triples, 9 points for Freddy.
What a performance by Freddy Leash in his first start off the season, but Shepard again with a quick answer. On the side of the Dragons, we got a quick timeout here called by Coach Douglas Marty. The lead is free for Mono. Almost done with the first half here. 43.6 seconds remaining. And look at the three-point shooting. A big factor, probably the biggest factor why Mono is up by 3 points right now, TK.
And the guy leading the way in those three-point shots is Freddie Lish.
Wow.
In his first start, this is by far the best game he has had all season for the Mono Vampire. And this is a guy who came in mid-season. He accepted his role coming off the bench. He's adjusting well, and Coach Douglas Marty has been repaying for his patience to get into the rotation.
And he might be the missing piece to the puzzle of Mono this year. They've been struggling on the offensive end, and this addition to the starting unit is working wonders for Coach Douglas Marty, but he fouls Winston Shepard there.
Shepard's gonna go back to the line. Might be hearing it from the fans a little bit after consecutive misses.
Again, Winston Shepard, well, he's had a lot of opportunities at the line, 2 out of 10, been getting fouled a lot here in the first half, but again, hasn't taken advantage at the charity stripe. He has 14 points though. Could have gotten more in the first half had he made those. Nonetheless, he is here, and he will make the first free throw.
Finally there with a smile on his face. Just happy to see that ball go in from that range.
And also proving the crowd wrong, just for a little bit. And he takes the second free throw here. Shepard, 2 for 2. 46-45, 27 seconds remaining. Jason Brickman bringing the ball down here. He's got Freddie Lee, Shanashon Klahan, Malcolm White on the floor with him. Brickman, 2 seconds difference between the clocks here. He's got Shepard on him. Brickman, nowhere to go. 5 seconds to shoot. Deep three. That's good for Freddie Lish.
That was a great set for Freddie Lish. They got the screen from Blahan, got him open. That man is on fire.
And Freddie with a big three-pointer to end the first half for Mono Vampire. He leads the way with 14 points. And they will have this 4-point lead at the half, 49-45. Halftime stats and analysis coming your way. Let's take a look at first the leaders in the stats department here. TK, are you surprised with the performance here by both teams?
I think for Mono's side, this is...
Back to the action here, and it's time to break down the halftime stats. Martin Javier with TK doing this game. Mono Vampire versus the Westports Malaysia Dragons, with Mono up by 4, 49-45, and TK Westports slightly shooting better here in the first half, but the 3-point shot has made the difference for Mono so far.
Exactly, 9 3-pointers for Mono Vampire in that first half. 4 of them coming from Freddie Lish, who has 14 points in that first 2 quarters. But the big story for the Westports Malaysia Dragons, they might be shooting better from the field, but they are leaving so many points at that charity stripe. 7 for 16 from the line. They have got to do much better, and imagine if they had just made a little bit more from the line, they would have the lead going into in this second half.
And 8 out of those 9 misses, TK, are from Winston Shepard, who went 4 out of 12 from the line. Although he still had 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Those were big misses for Westport. Something they need to work on and improve on in the second half. For Mono Vampire, on the other end, again, that 3-point shooting has been a weapon ever since that previous game against the Singapore Slingers. You think this is Mono finally coming into form offensively, TK?
Well, I think this is what they envisioned when they brought Freddie Lish into the system. As I mentioned, it's just taking the scoring load off Jason Brickman. Freddie Lish is doing well here. Brickman's been doing a better job of facilitating, 10 assists in the first half alone. I think this is close to where they figured they would be when they brought Freddie in.
That's right, Jason Brickman. This is the old Jason Brickman we know. Less scoring, more passing for Jason Brickman, and more setups for Brickman. Again, 10 assists in the first half. He does have 2 points and 2 rebounds to go along with those 10 dimes. And on the other side, for Westports, you got 2 players in double figures. Lo Shifai, also a big factor. A local player that's playing very well. On his birthday today, 11 points for Lo.
Yeah, but I think the bigger deal for the Dragons, a positive note for the Dragons, is that Nana Egwu has only been playing 6 minutes. He sat out the entire second quarter, the tail end of the first quarter. Coach Jamie Perlman, obviously seeing those 2 fouls and wanted to manage that. I think that's a good sign that they're only down by 4 points with their big man sitting on the floor. But they've just got to find a way to keep him on there once they bring him back in.
And credit the guys like Chan Chin, who replaced Nana Egwu on the floor, really holding the fort, especially in defending Malcolm White. Imagine, Malcolm had 9 first quarter points. He was only held to 3 points in the second frame.
Yeah, but a part of that was because of how well the Mono Vampire was shooting from, from downtown. Malcolm White could just suck in the defense, leave those guys open, and they can shoot. But as you mentioned, the Dragons locals that have been coming in for Egwu have been doing well. Chan Kektai, 4 points, 5 rebounds. This is possibly going to be the best ABL game he has had so far. A lot of potential in that big man as well.
Again, the Dragons not playing without, or playing without rather, their top local Jonathan Wong. Chin getting the start today. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. Now, let's go to the adjustments here. We go first to the Westports Malaysia Dragons. What's something they need to keep doing, and what's something they need to stop doing going into the second half?
Well, if Coach Jamie Perlman is going to sit in that 2-3 zone and gamble whether how well Mono Vampire continue to shoot in the second half, they have got to move better, spread it out a little bit more. You can't be too aware of Malcolm White. If you're going to trust in that 2-3 zone, you just have to spread out to those shooters if you're going to be committed to it.
Right. And if you're Mono, TK, do you keep shooting until you get cold, or do you get more involvement from Malcolm White in the second half?
Well, for the Mono Vampire, their offense, it's just clicking. Everything's clicking right now. They just got to keep on moving the ball well. They can't rely too much on Freddie. They can't rely too much on Michael Singletary. Just keep on moving the ball well. Get their offense going. Get everyone going. And that's a good sign for compared to how they've been playing the past 10 games early this season.
That's right, TK. Interesting stat here for Mono. 17 assists on 17 field goals made. That's how unselfish they've been in this game. All field goals made have been assisted. And 10 of those, again, coming for Jason Brickman. 5 from Singletary and 2 from Darongpan Apirom Vilay Chai. About 3 minutes remaining here. A lot of action coming your way here in the ASEAN Basketball League Season number 9. Battle again between the Mono Vampire Basketball Club and the Westports Malaysia Dragons. In a bit, you guys will witness second half action of this game.
Couple.
Half minute away from the start of the second half. We welcome you back here to our coverage. We are live from inside GSP Stadium 29 here in Bangkok, Thailand, as we give you this live and exclusive coverage of the ASEAN Basketball League season number 9. We are looking to rise to greatness this season, and we have a great game on hand today, 49-45 at the half. Of course, home team still leading here, Mono Vampire, looking for their third victory of the season against the visiting Westports Malaysia Dragons, who want to continue their 2-game winning streak. They want to make it 3, and they want to improve to 5-3 here in the season. Again, second half action coming your way here. Nana Egu finally getting some floor action here after only playing 6 minutes for Westport. So he is looking to bounce back. He is going to be hungry for points and defensive stops here for Westports. And you guys will have Martin Javier and TK doing this coverage, breaking this game down. And again, if you guys were not able to catch the first half, the difference maker for Mono has been the 3-point shooting and the insertion of Freddie Leash in the starting unit as we begin the third quarter here. Westports will get the first crack at the basket. Loshi Fai sends it over to Egwu. Just too far out. Eversley from straight away, too strong. Eversley still struggling from the field. Here is Mike Singletary, who goes to Fred Leash. They will reset here. Jason Brickman will set the table for Mono Vampire. 13 seconds left to shoot. Singletary, hounded by Eversley. Looking for White. 6 seconds to shoot. White attacks Egwu, and White unable to score.
Good defense there by Egwu, just settling down. Doesn't want to pick up that third foul early.
And Eversley from the corner, finally dropping it in.
Looking at his hand a little bit there. Missing that shooting touch. Finally a 3 from Eversley.
And he finally gets it back here with over a minute gone in our third quarter. Cutting the lead also down to a point. Leash hands it over to Singletary, who gives it to Brickman from the free throw line out. Jason Brickman converts.
Nice running around there, lacing the defense by the Mono Vampire. Jason Brickman taking the open shot and making it.
And Brickman's probably going to be looking for more shots here in the first half. Only 1 out of 5, although he did not need to shoot a lot. His teammates have responded in scoring, but the possession will remain with the Dragons with 8 seconds to work with.
Shepard's been starting this half a little bit sloppish. He has lost control of the ball twice in 2 straight possessions. He's got to watch out for that, especially with him handling the ball this much.
They need to hurry here. Eversley on the turnaround. No good there. 1 out of 3 to begin the 3rd quarter for Chris Eversley. Brickman using that screen. Brickman hands it over to White. Good pass, and Malcolm White getting the deuce +1.
Once Jason Brickman carves up the defense like that, there's not much you can do. Once he makes that killer pass, everyone's just off their feet and scrambling on defense.
Take a look at this patient move by Malcolm White, not letting Jason Brickman down there. And Malcolm White here goes to the free throw line for a bonus. That is the 11th assist of Jason Brickman in this game. White, that is off to the left. Rebound goes to Chris Eversley. Chris Eversley, he will set the table here for the Westports Malaysia Dragons, with Shepard going off the ball. Here is Loshi Fai, back outside to Eversley. They go to Shepard against the smaller Brickman. Chin shooting over Tirawat, no good.
It's interesting set offense there by the Dragons, just having Chris Eversley bring the ball up and Winston Shepard settling from the free throw line.
Good strong move there by Mike Singletary, sending himself to the free throw line. And 2 shots coming for Mike. Good recognition there off the mismatch as he attacked Chin.
Mono Vampire starting the second half aggressively, either going to Malcolm White down in the paint or just attacking and just keeping the Dragons on the tip of their toes. Are they going to go from deep? Are they going to attack? Just switching back and forth. Good execution by the team.
That's right. They're actually not shooting a lot of threes to begin the 3rd quarter, as hot as they have been in the first half. And so far, it's been a productive period for Mono. 7-point lead now, 55-48. Eversley now looking for Shepard at the post. Shepard attacks and fouled by Tirawat Chantachon.
That's what the Dragons are looking for. We've seen that in 3 straight plays. Winston Shepard is asking for the ball. Finally, they get something positive out of it.
And this is Winston Shepard going to the free throw line here. 4 out of 12 in the first half. We'll try to improve on that here. Too strong on the first free throw. Shepard actually knew Coach Jamie Perlman when he was playing in New Zealand. And the connection started there. Coach Jamie bringing Shepard in to fix, of course, this Dragons team. 1 out of 2 there for Winston Shepard. 55-49, Jason Brickman. He's got 12 assists now for Brickman. Goes to Mike Singletary here. Singletary fires, short. Rebound goes to White, back outside to Singletary. From mid-range, this time it goes in.
In this game, Singletary, I think he's looking a little bit more relaxed than in the past first 9 games of the season, where he's had to shoulder a lot of the offensive responsibility. It's just more balanced in this game.
Offense more fluid now for Mono. They double team Shepard here. Shepard deciding to attack over 2 smaller men.
He's going with the same rip move there, down the baseline, easy layup with the right hand.
Better decision there for Winston Shepard. And Tirawat Chantachon could not convert off the great pass by Brickman. Shepard goes to Egu, steps into a free. Egu, that will roll out. They called the foul here on Big Chantachon. Tirawat called for the personal on the rebound play.
Winston Shepard getting fouled once again.
And they're going to bring in Chanachon Klahan, who saw action in the latter part of the 2nd quarter. Replacing Chantachon now. One of the veterans of this team. Chanachon Klahan on the floor. Chin going to Eversley here. Cross-court pass. Egwu for 3. Egwu too strong. And that will go on top of the backboard.
Egwu, that's a shot that he's been making in the past 5 games at about a 50% clip. That's impressive for a big man, but right here in this game, it's just not working out. They've got to figure out a better way to utilize him on the offensive side of the floor.
Just hasn't gotten his rhythm here in this basketball game. And it started with those 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. Leash, the acrobatic move does not work. Shepard splitting the defense. Shepard, ball tapped from behind. Ball will remain with Westports with a lot of time to work with.
Again though, Winston Shepard, he's trying to attack, but a little bit sloppy there, losing control on the way.
Look at this move. Oh, that looked like, that was very close, TK. Looked like it went on him.
And Malcolm White was trying to make his case, but refs called it Dragons ball.
So they're going to have possession here. Shepard bodied by Klahan. Egwu, nice fake. Egwu converts plus the foul.
Good patience there by Nana Egwu. He saw Malcolm White rushing at him.
Now you were looking for a better shot for Nana Egwu, better setup for him. And that time they went inside for that deuce.
That was also a result of how aggressively Winston Shepard has been attacking the basket. He drew in like 3 defenders there on him, leaving Egwu with a wide open shot down low.
And Malcolm White could not recover. He completes the 3-point play. First 3 points off the game for Nana Egwu, a Chicago native, getting his first points off the ball game. Brickman against Chin now. Malcolm White providing that screen. Here is Singletary off the curl. He fires, he rolls that one out.
Great defense there by the Dragons, just sticking on their guys, not switching easily.
Chin will get patient here for the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Egwu facing up. They go back out to Eversley, who fires. And again, still nothing from downtown from Chris Eversley. At least here in the second half. Oh, but Klahan loses the ball. Outlet pass. Eversley on the move, and he will break away.
Jason Brickman there thought a bit about challenging Eversley on the fast break. And made a business decision to stay away from that.
Letting Eversley go all the way there, cutting the lead down to 3 points here. 57-54, over 5 gone in the third quarter. 57-56 rather. So it's 57-56 for Mono Vampire. Singletary doing a little bit of everything. 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. And what you described, TK, as one of his most relaxed games of the season in terms of scoring.
Yeah, but still, he's got to do a better job of attacking the basket. He's been to the line only twice in this game. That's a facet of the offense that the Mono Vampires have been relying on, and they continue to need.
And again, only 2 free throws for Mike Singletary up to this point. But they called the foul here against the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Shepard, I believe, called for it. 4:41 remaining in our third quarter. Jason Brickman will trigger it in. It will go to Chanachon Klahan. Klahan goes to Brickman here. 12 seconds to work with for Mono. He's got Loshi Pai on him. He splits the defense. He goes to Klahan, who puts it on the floor. Back to Brickman, who loses the basketball.
Difficult move there by Chanachon Klahan. It's tough when you start driving towards the basket, but you aren't really aiming to attack to get to the hoop. The defense just reads that easily, just like Roshi-Fai did there.
He was not sure what he's going to do with the basketball there. Ended up passing back to Jason Brickman. So now Shepard is being guarded by Klahan at the post. Winston spins, runs into trouble, double teamed here. Eversley off the cross-court pass, no good on the shot. Shepard finally gets the tip in on the second try.
I just like how the Dragons are really committed to their game plan. Right here in the second half, they've just been committed to going to Winston Shepard on that right side of the post, just waiting for things to happen off the ball and making him make those plays. It's just faith in what you came in to do each and every possession.
That's right. And they've just been relentless on the offensive glass as well, allowing them to take the lead here, 59-57. So tables have turned here in the third quarter. What a start for Westports. Brickman, no good on the floater. Shepard with a board. Winston, good pass to Egwu, who goes down the middle there, drawing the foul on Mike Singletary, I believe. And if it's on Mike, TK, that's number 4.
Yeah, we saw there the signal, number 7 picking up his 4th foul. That is huge for the Mono Vampire.
Wow. That's clearly a foul on Mike Singletary in an effort to prevent Nana Egwu from getting that basket. So both Brickman and Singletary going to the bench of Mono here. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Only Malcolm White, the lone world import, on the floor for Mono Vampire.
What a run this has been by the Westports Malaysia Dragons. And they were down by 8.
Right.
And just clawing their way back here to a 3-point lead.
And Nana Egwu has been big here in the third quarter, converting on the second free throw there. 61-57. 4-point lead for Westports. And again, Mike Singletary, 4 personal fouls, will need to go to the bench. Almost a steal for Westports. Leash will recover. Freddy goes inside. Apiron Vilaichai nowhere to go. 9 seconds to shoot for Leash. Freddy pulls up. The jumper is too strong.
Again, great defensive stance by the Westports Malaysia Dragons, just holding their ground.
And Winston Shepard aiming for the jam there. Instead, he will go to the line for 2 shots.
And Shepard's starting to feel it. He's starting to pick out his spots to attack.
That is blow by, and foul committed there by Malcolm White.
Ooh, that was close to being the poster of the year in the ABL.
And beating 2 layers off defense as well is Winston Shepard. 61-57. And he will need to convert on these free throws to add extra cushion for Westports.
So far, 6 of 15 from the line for Shepard.
That's big. That's big for Westports. And he still has 22 points, TK.
Yeah, and he's been doing everything. 22, 11 boards, 7 assists on the triple-double alert.
And he's been taking advantage of the defense thrown at him by Mono Vampire, because they've been putting smaller men on him.
There's not much of a choice there for Coach Douglas Martin, especially now with Michael Singletary out with foul trouble.
And 2 free throws in for Winston Shepard. Ball possession here for Westports. And here's a steal for Apiron Vilaichai. Tarong Pan, nowhere to go there. Mono will recover. Sangtong back to Apiron Vilaichai. Palm goes inside. Malcolm White flips it up, bounces out. White gets it back, pulls it up and in. And a dangerous fall for Malcolm White there. He is all right.
White there recovering. The Westports Malaysia Dragons wasted an opportunity here. As you see, they got the ball after an unsportsmanlike foul. But the Mono Vampire able to go on the other side of the floor, get 2 points, and look to add 1 more.
Coach Douglas Marty looking for answers here. And 2:52 remaining in the third quarter, 63-59. Shepherd on the attack again.
Shepherd is feeling it. He's just getting so comfortable driving towards the hoop.
Winston Shepherd, what a performance here in GSB Stadium 29, breaking down the defense of Mono. Corner three is missed. Chin gets it back for Westports. And they called the turnover here on Chin.
Wasted opportunity, rookie mistakes. You'll learn from that.
So earlier, TK, it was actually an unsportsmanlike foul called against Malcolm White. That's why the Dragons were able to retain possession after the free throws. So it's 65-59 in the third quarter, 2.5 remaining. Apiron Vilay gets it in. Freddy Leash catches the pass. Tripping Chin there. Leash. Sangtong now. One-on-one against Shepherd. 6 seconds to shoot. Oh, bit of color here between Egwu and Sangtong.
And that's one of Sangtong's roles on the team, just to get into the head of the opposing teams.
So they have 3 guys to do that now. You got Apiron Vilay, Sangtong, and Klahan.
And they can really do their job well.
Yeah.
2 of them on the floor right now.
But Mono has been limited here in our third quarter. Outscored by Westports 20-10. Shepherd going to the corner. Here's the jumper. No good. Leash with a rebound. Starting the break for Vampire. Leash stops. Sends it out to the corner. No good again from the corner for Tawaroj.
That's something that they have been missing dearly here in the third quarter. That three-point shooting, have not made a single shot from that range.
And Winston Shepherd almost scoring on the tip again. Malcolm White. And the three-point shot has not been working, like you mentioned here, TK, after making 9 in the first half. So they got to utilize White inside. Leash steps back for the jumper, too strong. Still nothing here for Mono. Tawaroj retrieving it back. Sangtong firing. Still nothing for Mono Vampire.
Quick fires here from the locals of the Mono Vampires. They're not feeling it yet, and the ball movement is not getting the team into rhythm. You just gotta have the offense flow to you first before taking those heat check shots.
1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Eversley. Dragons up by 6. Eversley fires in and out. But the Dragons will recover. They will retrieve the basketball. Last touch on Mono Vampire, so 13 seconds on the shot clock for the road team.
Great hustle there by Tanwei Long, getting the offensive board.
Look at this play. That's right. Tan getting it back, and wisely bouncing it off the back of a Mono player. Chin catching the pass under a minute remaining. Egwu from the top of the key. Eversley now. Back to Egwu, who is wide open for 3. Finally knocks it down.
Great setup by Eversley, drawing the defense behind the back pass. Egwu needed that to get him going.
Nana Egwu, first triple off the ball game. He's got 8 points all in the third. Malcolm White taking it strong though.
Looks like Nana Egwu might have taken some contact to the hand there. He was clutching his right thumb or something. He looks okay right now. We'll see how that develops.
Just shaking it off. It's right there at the painted area of Westports. They got 10 seconds to work with here to end the quarter for Westports. Egwu again, all day to shoot. Almost went down. 1 second remaining. And clock time will expire here in the third quarter. What a turnaround for the Westports Malaysia Dragons here. Outscoring Mono Vampire 23-12 to take the 7-point lead, 68-61. And fourth quarter action when we return here in the ASEAN Basketball League. Back to the action here in your ASEAN Basketball League, GSB Stadium 29 in Bangkok, Thailand. And we begin the fourth quarter with the Westports Malaysia Dragons visiting squad up by 7 points, 68-61. We take a look at the turnover numbers there. 9 committed by Mono, only 8 for Westports, but a big third quarter propelling Westports to the 7-point advantage to begin the fourth PK.
What a quarter by the Westports Malaysia Dragons on the defensive end, held Mono to only 12 points, and you can see right there, they're just keeping it going. But great change of plan by Coach Jamie Perlman, switching to the man-to-man defense, just locking those shooters up, as we mentioned earlier. They didn't even hit a single three-pointer in that third quarter after being on fire in the first half, and that's why they're in the lead right now.
And this is a tough break for Mono Vampire because they did such a great job offensively in the first half, getting a dry spell in the third frame. So let's see if they can recover from that. Not an unfamiliar situation from them, though, because they face a lot of leads to begin the season. Jason Brickman attacking. Chichai from the right wing, too strong. Rebound goes to White. Malcolm will get it back outside to Freddie Leash. 1 minute gone in the fourth. Leash goes under. No good on the reverse. White putting it back in.
But still, these are hard points to get for the Mono Vampires. They're just putting in a lot of effort as compared to how well they were scoring in the first half.
These are grinded out points for Mono Vampire they're getting. And Brickman pickpocketing Egwu there, and Brickman pulls up the three, knocks it down.
And that's what the Mono Vampire need to get things going. Their floor general making the shots in order to set up his teammates.
A quick start for Mono Vampire, 2 buckets in. Latest was that three-pointer from Jason Brickman, cutting the lead down to 2. Winston Shepard there, 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Could have gotten more on the scoring department had he not missed those free throws, but still a stellar performance here by Winston Shepard. They still lead at 68-66, but before the timeout, defense to offense action from Jason Brickman, and we've seen him do this a number of times this season, taking matters into his own hands to provide at least inspiration to his team to climb back into this lead.
Yeah, and that's what the Mono Vampire need now. What they don't need is, this seems like an unsportsmanlike foul on Chichai Ananti. I don't know if he was grabbing the offensive player off the screen. Not something you want out of a timeout.
Big foul nonetheless committed by Chichai Ananti. So Shepard will head to the line for 2 shots. And the possession right after for the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Just as Mono was trying to gain momentum here in the fourth quarter, this happens to them.
There's just something about Stadium 29 that brings out the best of their opposing players. As we mentioned earlier, Marcus Marshall, 60 points. Christian Stanhardinger, 40-point career high last year with Hong Kong Eastern.
That's right, I remember that game.
Bobby Ray Park scored 31 points in the playoffs against Mono Vampire here.
So they like playing here. It's a very good venue, that's right.
And Shepard's having his way in this game.
And you saw there earlier Chichai Ananti grabbing on the jersey of Shepard Getting called for the unsportsmanlike foul, but Brickman takes the ball away from Shepard. Brickman, the hesitation to the corner. Chichai. Oh, does not get the bounce. Malcolm Wett gets him another opportunity. Brickman now against Eversley. He's got Egwu on him on top. There's a mismatch somewhere down low. Brickman on the crossover, driving, going to the left, still off.
Couldn't take advantage of that mismatch. Wasted opportunity by Brickman.
And 69-66 here. Empty possession for Mono. Westports will try to answer. Only scoring 1 point so far here in the fourth. Lo Shifai firing back with a three-pointer.
What a birthday it has been for Lo Shifai. He is still perfect from the field. 14 points, 4 for 4 from the field here.
Equaling his production from the previous game. He also had 14 points against the Wolf Warriors. Three-pointer to extend the lead to 6. Singletary from 17.
Answering right back. Mono Vampire can't let the Dragons go up to a bigger lead with the defense that they're playing. It's just too hard to score their way back in the game.
And that's 16 big points now for Mike Singletary. Eversley surveying the floor, looking for Shepard at the post. Does not get it to him. Instead he fires. Too strong from the three-point area.
Still struggling from everywhere on the field. Chris Eversley 5 for 21.
Wow. Singletary back outside. Chichai short on the three-pointer. Rebound goes to Eversley. And Chris will slow it down here. Shepard gets it to Egwu, fakes, moves closer. That's an easy basket for Nana Egwu.
Just easy basketball from the Dragons. Winston Shepard just drawing in the defense, lulling them to sleep. Nana Egwu can't find an easier way to get points on the board.
Here's Singletary left open. He will make them pay. Mike Singletary for 3.
Pace is picking up. Both teams finding ways to put points on the board in a hurry.
11th three-pointer in the ball game for Mono Vampire. And here they come, only down by a possession. Nana Egwu. The bounce inside Shin. A tap from behind. The leash will start to break. Singletary. Foul on the floor. It will count, plus the foul for Mike Singletary.
And we have got ourselves a game.
Great action here in the fourth quarter. Mono Vampire recovering. This was the steal and the score by Jason Brickman earlier. There you go. The three-pointer is in. That moved them closer into this ball game.
Yeah, just when the Dragons were looking to break away, that three from Jason Brickman has really brought the team back into rhythm.
But they call the lane violation, I believe, here against Mono. So ball will go back to the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Mono Vampire now pressuring the ball handler here, Winston Shepard. He's got Sunton Siri on him. Chin. They go to Nana Egwu on top. Oh, a steal by Freddie Leash. Look at him jump there. Leash on the move. Bothered by the defense of Egwu. And ball will remain with Mono here with 18 seconds to work with and a chance to take the lead with a bucket.
A little bit too unselfish there from Freddie Leash. Waited too long to get the other guy open, but what great defense anticipation on the other end. Yeah. The Dragons have been looking for Shepard on that post all game long, and it's finally the Mono Vampires react.
And they will have an opportunity here. Jason Brickman. Sunton Siri. He drives, he takes the shot from close range. It's not gonna work. So Sunton Siri went for the shot instead of passing it to Freddie Leach there. 5 minutes gone. Shepard on top here. Winston Shepard creating with the basketball. He still has possession. He will get the bump and the basket.
Just great recognition to create that wide open lane. Nana Egwu coming out to set the screen, but more than the screen itself, was taking himself away from the paint, opening up space for Winston Shepard to get in there.
So Sunton Siri missing the shot on the other end, and on the defensive end, he commits the personal foul against Winston Shepard. Dragons up by a 3 here. Shepard Big free throws coming. Shepherd securing that point, and it is back to 4. Brickman using that hard screen by Singletary. They go back to Mike. He's got Chin on him. Shoots over Chin. Off to the right. Shepherd leading the break. Loshify from mid-range. Banks that one in.
Just everything from the floor. Whatever you want to do, he's going to make it. Loshify, the birthday boy.
16 points for Loshify. 6-point lead for the Dragons. We got a timeout here called by Coach Doug. Back to the action, and it has been a perfect field day for the birthday boy. Loshify, 16 points, 5 out of 5 from the field, 4 out of 4 from free, and 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. An impressive performance, a birthday performance by Loshify.
Trying to carry his team on the offensive end, but this can't be said enough about how well the Malaysia Dragons have been playing defense.
Right.
Just doing a great job of closing in on anyone who's penetrating. They've locked Freddie Lish down to 0 points in the second half.
That's right. That's what's lacking here in the offense of Mono Vampire. Freddie Lish, of course, getting clamped down. And the Westports Malaysia Dragons will get a stop and the possession. A chance to get a more comfortable lead on this play. Loshify, they go to Shepherd. Approaching 4 minutes remaining. Chin from the corner knocks it down. A big 3-pointer from Chin.
Big shot. That's 9-point lead for the Dragons. Just not what you want to lose at this point of the game.
Locals connecting here. Leash, no good on the answer. And Loshify securing the long rebound. Shepherd slowing it down here. Time is on their side. Eversley working on the smaller Freddie Leash. Eversley backs down, and that's good anticipation actually from Freddie Leash. Anticipating the back down there, but he was called for the personal.
It's just so much size disadvantage for the Mono Vampire on who they're throwing at the Dragons ball handlers, both Winston Shepherd and Chris Eversley, and just doing a good job of taking advantage of it.
And look at Chin here, again filling the shoes of Jonathan Wong, doing it right. Dropping in the 3-pointer there to extend the lead to 9 points. Chin with 7 points in the ball game with 5 rebounds as well.
And that was also Winston Shepherd's 10th assist, so that completes the first triple-double of the season. 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, and 3 minutes to go.
And Eversley will break away here for the Deuce. 11-point advantage for the Dragons. Timeout on the floor. Let's go, TK. Timeout on the floor, yes.
That's the biggest lead in the game, and with 3 minutes left, that's going to be a tough hole to climb out for the Mono Vampire.
3 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in the ball game. One of Vampires staring at an 11-point advantage, 84-73. TK, what do they need to do here? They still have time though. A lot of time to work with, but what do they need to do here in the last 3.5 of the game?
Coach Douglas Marty just needs to unlock the offense right now. The Dragons are just doing so well. Right here you see the man-to-man defense is pressuring up early, not leaving any of those shooters wide open. Jason Brickman's just been difficult at figuring out who to get the ball to.
That's a good adjustment made by Coach Jamie Perlman as Singletary attacks the basket there for the lay-in. Better looking shot for Mike Singletary. Finally driving to the hole. And Winston Shepard again slowing down the pace of this game. They go to Lo Shi-Fai. Eversley again firing, too strong. Does not get the bounce. The rebound goes to Singletary. Mono Vampire on the attack. Singletary fires. Short. And Shepard with the rebound.
Just continuing to pile those numbers on Winston Shepard. But when we look back at this game later, we'll really feel the presence of Nana Egwu. I mean, it's just been a different game in the first half and the second half with him on the floor.
That's right. That's one of the biggest differences, especially defensively for the Westports Malaysia Dragons. And here's Lo Shi-Fai, squares up for 3. After his first miss off the game, he knocks in the three-pointer.
You can't leave Shi-Fai open.
And that's a miss for Mono Vampire, who are starting to fall apart here. Oh no, that's a throwaway for Westports. Still though, they lead it by 12. Last 2 minutes of the ball game. Foul against Lo Shi-Fai. How about the Dragons here in the second half? TK only allowing 26 points. Shutting down the offense of Mono.
Yeah, this has been great adjustments. And again, Nana Egwu, he might not put up big numbers, but he's just a great presence. He's down there in the paint, disrupting the offense of the opposing team.
But Michael Singletary is still fighting here. Scoring on the trifecta. 87-78, 26 markers for Mike. A minute and 40 remaining. Freddie Leash is going to be bothering Winston Shepard on top. Shepard trying to melt the clock. He pulls up for 3. Oh, drops that one in. Probably the dagger for Winston Shepard.
Winston Shepard's been struggling from the free throw line, making his first 3 of the game there.
That's right. Singletary again on the second try.
Singletary doing this alone, keeping the Vampire in the game. It's just an 8-point lead.
They call it a long two earlier for Winston Shepard. 33 points for him. Egwu and Mono will not get the basketball on the steal. Eversley catches the pass. Eversley drives. Eversley taking it strong for a big basket.
Big time plays by Chris Eversley. He's been struggling from the floor, but this drive to the basket gives it a 10-point lead and possibly one more.
And the Westports Malaysia Dragons with a minute and 1 second remaining in the ball game, looking at their third straight win. Here was, or this was the three-pointer, or long two rather, by Winston Shepard earlier, knocking it down in the face of the defender, and Eversley able to complete the three-point play. Lead is back to 11 points. Mike zigzagging his way to the hoop, trying to negate the three-point play scored by the Westports Malaysia Dragons. He scores the deuce there, an opportunity at the line.
What a one-man mission this is for Michael Singletary. Probably about 8 straight points here for the Mono Vampire, trying to keep them toe-to-toe.
But again, with less than a minute, they cannot afford to trade baskets with the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Singletary cuts it to 8. Shepard pressured here at the backcourt. Eversley and Lo Shi-Fai wisely settles down here, getting it to Chris Eversley. 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Eversley hounded by Leash, and ball will go the other way. TK,
good defense there by the Mono Vampire, but still Chris Eversley got to burn a lot of seconds off the clock there.
So Mono needs a quick basket here. And it's ideally needs to be a free, but Mike Singletary gets the foul on Nana Egbo. And Singletary will head to the line with only 5 seconds elapsing from our game clock here.
Good job there by Singletary, just making a quick move to the basket, stopping the clock, getting the points on the board. Just got to keep on chipping away at that lead.
So Mike will have a chance to make it a 2-possession game if he knocks down both free throws. 32 points today. Those were not easy points put up by Mike Singletary. He struggled early on, but has recovered at the latter part of this game. 12 out of 25 from the field with 8 rebounds and 6 assists as well. Here we go, Singletary. First one connects.
Singletary's just gone toe-to-toe with Winston Shepard in this game. 32 points, 15 rebounds, and 11 assists from Shepard. But the other production from Lo Shi-Fai, 19 points. We're not going to say birthday boy anymore because that's overused. But imagine being your birthday and he's tied his career high in points now.
Wow.
Career high in 3 points made. It's just one of the best birthdays anyone can have, I guess. I'd want a birthday like this one.
As good as Winston Shepard has been, you got to give the best player to Lo Shi-Fai. No, I'm kidding. It's up in the air, though, between those two guys.
But he's made the shots that have really blown open the gap between the Mono Vampire and the Dragons in this game. He really needs at least some recognition of what he's brought to this game.
This is impeccable performance. 19 points, 6 out of 7 from the field for Lo Shi-Fai, and 5 out of 6 from 3-point country. And Eversey stops the clock here, nailing the first free throw, extending the lead to 7 with a half-minute remaining for the Westports Malaysia Dragons.
Imagine being Coach Jamie Perlman coming into this game. You are short of one of your lead guards who's been logging 30 minutes a game. Just coming out, everyone's been replacing that production. This is a great effort by the team and great preparation by the coaching staff.
That's right. We had Chin replacing. Chin scores 7 points for Jonathan Wong. And of course the big performance by Lo Shi-Fai, helping the production of this Westports Malaysia Dragons team. And they're on their way to getting their 3rd straight win of the season. Westports Malaysia Dragons gets this one on the road against the struggling Mono Vampire, 94-86. They will go up to 5-3. Mono Vampire crashes down to 2-8 in the season.
Just a great performance by the Dragons, doing what they do, locking it up on defense, and the offense just came along. Great game by the Dragons in their win over the Mono Vampire.
And this started with a big 3rd quarter by the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Remember, Mono was actually leading it at halftime. I believe it was 5 points. But a turnaround in the 3rd quarter, the adjustments made by Coach Jamie Perlman on the defensive end made all the difference for Westports to taking this game.
Yeah, Freddie Lish held scoreless in the 2nd half. It's just a great effort on the defensive end.
Let's look at the highlights here. Malcolm White getting active there, ripping out the rim with that jam. Chris Eversey, one of his early points in the ball game, struggled pretty much all throughout the game, only 7 out of 24 shooting, but he did make the big basket on the latter part of this game, including a free throw to put Mono away. And here's the birthday boy, Lo Shi-Fai. He hit 5 of those tonight for Westports, 5 out of 6 from Rainbow Country. And Freddie Leash, disappearing act in the 2nd half, 14 points on in the 1st half for Leash. And that's something they can actually build on, TK. Utilizing Freddie Leash more and responding also to the adjustment of the other team in the 2nd half, in case Leash performs well in the 1st half.
Yeah, they were able to see what works, especially in the 1st half, and moving on into the next game. You can see what the defense did to them in the 2nd half and improve on that.
Monster game again for Mike Singletary on the losing cause. Again, thank you so much for catching us here, TK. Any last thoughts on this game, on the coming games of Mono and of course of Westports?
It's just been a great atmosphere here in the ABL. There's so many close games, and this is just another one of those games. just keep on tuning in to the ASEAN Basketball League in Season 9.
Thank you so much, TK. Always a pleasure to work with you. Welcome back to the ABL. It's a good return for you, for the Sultan of Stats, TK Sajatam Kulsumbun. This is Martin Javier saying thank you and good night from GSB Stadium 29 here in Bangkok, Thailand.